Hi friends, my name is Brian Wallace and I serve as the Executive Director of Presbyterian Media Mission. Presbyterian Media Mission exists to help individuals, congregations, and organizations tell their stories to the world. That has always been Presbyterian Media Mission's goal and its purpose. And we are beginning a new chapter in the life of Presbyterian Media Mission. Presbyterian Media Mission was founded in 1980 and has done a lot of different things, radio shows that we'll talk more about, and projects involving General Assembly and Fred Rogers and all kinds of really cool and amazing stuff. And in 2024, there were some conversations amongst folks about bringing Presbyterian Media Mission to its conclusion. It had done a lot of fantastic work and told a lot of really great stories, but the energy and the leadership had kind of run out. And I was part of those conversations, and I began to wonder and began to sense that maybe there was something here still to explore. I have a long history of involvement and passion for media, both for storytelling and in my work as a pastor. I uniquely understand the power of story, particularly combined with technology and media, to be shared more broadly. And I began to wonder whether what Presbyterian Media Mission needed was not to be brought to an end, but to be rebooted, to be reimagined for 2026 and beyond. So with a lot of support of those who had made Presbyterian Media Mission what it was, I was given the blessing to explore and to play and to try. And that's what we're trying to do. Presbyterian Media Mission exists, as I see it, to continue to do exactly what it's always done. Help individuals, churches, and organizations tell their stories. But in 2026, that looks different. Passages, the radio show that Presbyterian Media Mission created, we're going to continue that legacy. We're going to do it in a podcast form rather than on radio, but we're going to continue to invite individuals and leaders in the church and beyond to tell their stories in order that we might be encouraged and inspired by the stories that we hear. We've also, and you can find links to these on our website, we've also begun doing media development projects. You know, the problem with a lot of our churches is that they can't afford the high quality media production that people expect in today's day and age. An iPhone, as amazing as they are, an Android phone as great as they are, cannot match the production quality that you can get by working with real professionals. The problem is budget. It's what I said, right? Real professionals cost money. A lot of our churches just simply don't have the budget. So the goal of Presbyterian Media Mission is to provide professional style media production for churches, individuals, and partner organizations. I'm going to be very honest, we don't promise great. We promise good. You can see some samples of our work. We've done 3 projects last year as kind of test projects for different organizations, and you can find those on our website. Our goal is to continue to do that type of work of supporting organizations and individuals and churches that are trying to tell their story by delivering media that is quality and professional in style at a cost that is aligned with what nonprofit budgets can sustain. The other thing I want to talk to you about today is the Passages radio program. So Passages, at its peak, was featured on 1,700 radio stations around the United States. And just some incredible stories, and again, we've got those on our website. Moving into the future, what we imagine Passages to be is an opportunity to continue to tell stories from leaders of all walks of life, from pastors and non-pastors, from folks who serve in the church, who serve outside the church, to tell their stories of what it is that God is doing in their life and where they see the intersection in faith and life. So we hope that you will join us on this journey as Presbyterian Media Mission imagines a new future in 2026 and beyond, and take a listen to the episode of Passages so that you can hear what God is up to in the lives of those around us.